Here I am. Ooh, am I surviving? Good morning. Good morning, Ruby. How are you doing? Let's see. The time has come for me to need food, I think. Yeah. About all food is cooked. Do have some flour. I can make some pie. Or I can make some stew. 12 days, 11 days. How are you guys doing on here? Fresh for 1.4 years. As long as you leave it up there, that appears to be true. So I should cook the fresh meat. Let's see. 15 meats. Too many meats, it turns out. And we get also 15 onions based on whatever's expiring first. So you guys. There we go. Oop, that's one too many. Oop. You're doing wonderful? That's wonderful. I am glad you're doing wonderful. I am doing okay. It's very similar to wonderful. I keep neglecting sleep. That's most of the thing I've got going on. Excuse me. And I got the sneezes. Now, I keep doing, you familiar with, revenge procrastination? That's when you, as punishment to the world for not letting you have enough fun, you stay up too late having fun. It's basically what I do all the time. Because what I need is basically a full night's sleep, or a full day's worth of relaxing after any day of work. That's what I need. I don't think I officially said my intro. Good morning, everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. Today we are playing Vintage Story. Yeah, we're cooking food. We're raising goats. Need to check on the goats. Gotta make sure they are fed and happy in the pit. I'm only well rested for 24 minutes after getting out of bed. That sounds about right. You bought the Switch 2 today, so you're a very happy girl. That's awesome. There are a few games on the Switch 2 I'd be interested in. Alright. You are still cooking. You sure take your time. Boop, 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 doo 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 doo. Pascal, calm down. Thank you for the raid. Just stream it. Swan T Jet Stream T. No, Swan Jet streamed. Anyway, welcome. Yo, welcome. It is good to see you. I enjoyed popping into your stream the other day. I imagine you were playing more Vintage Story. How far along have you gotten? Good, it wasn't just me with the name. Yeah, it's I I struggle with the reading comprehension to begin with. And so when you insert random consonants into something that makes something that almost sounds correct, like Swan Jet Stream. That sounds like a name. Let me give you the base tour since you're all new here. So, we found these naturally occurring little under bridges here, made out of a rock. And so we attached our base underneath one, and we built a bridge connecting it to the others. This is my giant open air farm. Up here we have the barn area. I don't have any animals yet. I've got a goat pit I need to check on. Here's the little goat viewing port. It's okay. You're really excused. It's a really, really German name. I need to be better at German. I took German back in junior high school. My father and my brother have visited Austria. I was super jealous. I tried to visit. They wouldn't let me in the country. This is the leatherworking station. And over here we have the forge. Forge is probably one of my favorite features. So I've got this built-in waterfall. Whenever we need to like quench something, we can throw it in here, cool it down, then shut off the waterfall, and then pick it up. Oop. Or we can just have, hang on. Or we can just have the water flowing through normally as a lovely default state. I've got a single windmill doing a single thing very slowly. We haven't like fully optimized it. It's just nice to have. But yeah, this is the base so far. What we're working on now is a food science lab, which is going to be over here. This is where we're going to figure out pickling and cheese making and sausage making. Maybe eventually we'll make like gelatin and fruit bars. But that's pretty much the goal of this playthrough, is to really dig into like the cooking mechanics. Because we got like the two mods that are basically mandatory for food. Like something about culinary and artillery, which has all the tools and stuff, and then you've got the expanded foods, which are all sorts of things, like sushi, or I think cheese is actually default, but like you can chop meat, chop vegetables, throw them together. I can make dumplings, rye balls, stuffed peppers, pasta, salads, scrambled eggs. Like I really want to like dive into the cooking and make all of the things. But let's see. Yeah, you played Vintage Story and you now have an anvil, and we will work on baking bread next time. Nice. Hello from Austria. Oh, you're from Austria? Nice. You're taking notes for your forge now? You can, and Silverwolves is here. Hi, Silverwolves. You can tell someone got up some prospecting. You can tell I just joined, I believe. This is our friend Silverwolves. This is an open server, so like anybody can join, build a house, attach it to this mess, and live happily ever after. We will provide food and tools, and you can live your happy life here if you want. Benny, you know what? I'll just post the... I'll post in the chat the address, just in case you're feeling up to it. If not, no big deal. It's also a public server. It's like old man Sugarheart's server. Should be easy to find. Yada yada. Yeah, there's the address. Pinned in case anybody wants to join. I can hear the wolves. Like one of my biggest fears is that like a pack of wolves is just going to dive off the edge here. You know where you'll pop in sometime soon? That would be awesome. Let me save the firewood. Oop. What am I doing with this? My bowl. There we go. Whoops. Be cooked. I'm struggling with this so hard. Hang on. It is cooked. I wanted to put it in a crock pot, but like I keep fumbling around. Boop. There we go. Crocked. Whew. So have a lot of fun. You're going to lurk until you have to go to work. Thank you so much for the tour. No problem. Well, you're going to be a useless beginner, but you're going to hop on sometime? Yeah. Let me show you the map to give you directions. So like the spawn point is up here. Directly south of that, we've got like some starter homes. And if you go southeast until you find the river, that's where you'll find us. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You know what we need to do? We need to like add signs. How do you make a sign? You make a signpost? But can you write on a signpost? I mean, if it's just sticks and boards. Do I have boards? I don't have boards.
Thanks, Granddad.
We need to give people directions so that, like, when they pop into the server, they know where to find us. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that. Yeah. I will make the signs out of larch. Oh, I probably need something to write on the signs with, which I assume would be coal? All right. Run up to this spawn post so we can post directions. I heard noises. Because I think the biggest problem is people have like hopped onto the server and then immediately like left because they couldn't find us. That's why the first base was so close to the spawn. Even though like the river is clearly a far more beautiful place. But yeah. For a general idea of how long we've been playing, it's only been 2 years. And so we've been moving very, very quickly. It helps that we have a goblin friend running around in their underwear, mining for resources, building kilns. Bit of a problem that I fully submerged in water there, but I'm sure it'll be fine. It's only negative 3.7 degrees. It's practically summer. A gentle breeze too. Like, we might actually not freeze to death. It'd be a lovely change of pace. Ah, hello, dear. It's foggy. I don't know if the fog was added as like a recent addition, but I do appreciate it. Love a good foggy morning or evening. Not horribly recent. Well, it's been like 3 years since I last played. Like, I want to say my last version was like 1.07. And so there have been... what version is this? 1.23? So like 13... That's not correct. 16 major changes since then. You even threw more fog mod on. You love a good fog. It's so good. Can't see anything though. Swarms of foxes. We're gonna run face first into a bear. Yeah, I love any weather where you can't see the sun, basically. Love a good storm. I love a nice overcast day. Love the rain. Hello, Wolf. How are you doing? Is chill? Must have just ate. Up. Am I almost to the spawn point? No. Took a long way around. Mostly flat here, though. It's an easy sprint. Good morning, help desk Neko. Nico? Neko. Help desk Kitty. Hope you're having a good day. What I wish this game had was a good way to apply like a collection of mods. It's really easy to install mods, but like I wish somebody did the research to find like the biggest stable combination of mods. You send the mod list zip, yeah, but like I haven't found a good place where people upload or maintain a list of mods. Maybe I haven't been to enough fan sites. Because what I want to do is not pay attention to like, not need to know whether or not I can install all these mods, and somebody else can do that work for me. and say like, here are all the mods in the universe, put them on. Oh, you mean in-game you just do that on your server? Tell me what you want? Don't I do that usually? You've been suggesting like one mod at a time, which is nice. But yeah, what I want to do is go to like the official Vintage Story mod site. What the heck is this? I have just seen that somebody has planted a mighty redwood at our old base. See rot? Anybody living in the old cellar? With the gross maple planks. Ah. This guy's got quite the setup going. Breaking into their house. You've even got some sneaky copper and galena. I've broken into somebody else's house. I can't, like, give permission to, like, take all these things, but it is nice to see somebody lived here. All right, where would be a good place for a sign? Right here. Let's try with the signpost first. Okay. Now, how do I use a signpost? Southwest. New base. New river base.
This all your fault, Granddad.
That's southwest. I was wrong. Let's see. New river base. I need to find like the actual location. 786-977. Is it negative? No, positive. 788-977. Just for like my visual reference while writing the sign. Seven eight eight 977. There we go. And also, actually southeast. Hey, how are you, old man? Did you build the kitchen you want to see? Oh, you're just pretty locked into the game. Yeah, I'm sorry. Every now and then you play a game that, like, grabs all of your attention. This is, like, one of them. Make it like the MASH sign with all the crazy places. I mean, is that a MASH the TV show reference? Wow, you might be as old as I am. Rice seeds. Ooh. Take those. Give me all the things. Alright, where was the spawn point? Somewhere to the north. Over here. That's the hollow tree that you were talking about. It always has stuff in it. It is. It is good, and it's good that it's so close to the spawn too. All right, right about here. South, starter base. Southeast, river base. 788-977. Or would southwest be a better description? I want to make sure they hit the lake. If they hit the lake, they'll find the base. Yeah, the sign, the camp had like 30 places of home for the cast. Oh, nice. I really like the theme song for MASH. Been a long time since I heard it. It was a crazy song. There's like one more place where I would like to put sign. I think I'm gonna drop it right here. Kitsune Raid, Kitsune Wolf Kit. Hey, how are you doing? Your name really rings a bell too. I feel like we've followed you for a long time. What game were you playing? Welcome in, Crazy Critter. What are we building today? Okay, so we're gonna work on the food science lab. And we're going to check on our goat pit to make sure our goats survive. But that's pretty much it. Like, trying to get goats so that we can get cheese, so we can make cheese pie. And the other thing... River base, starter base. Yeah. Okay. And so if somebody like heads down to the river or to this giant lake, maybe they'll notice this giant sign. That way people who hop in, and everybody is welcome to hop in. Whoop. Chat pause due to scroll. Don't pause my chat. I don't know how I accidentally scrolled that. You need to run, and you were playing Minecraft. Very closely related to Vintage Story. I can't go back to Minecraft. Good song, very good, sad song, but good. Yeah. We're talking about the MASH theme song for everybody who just popped in. The song is called Suicide is Painless, which is, you know, a horrifying song. If you ever need help with mental health, it is well, no, Men's Mental Health Month is over. Sorry, you missed your opportunity for mental health. It's gone now. Just mental degrading for the next 11 months. But hang in there. I'm here for you. It is a good thing that you're on this earth. Women too. But it is fine to just exist and live life. Even if all you can do is get out of bed and wash your face. Hang in there. Things will get better. Anyway, that got deep. Welcome in, everybody. Alright, plan for today. We need to get to the goat pit, make sure the goats are alive, feed them. We need to keep them alive for, I think, 20 more days before they start having babies. And then we can kidnap the babies. Because babies are much easier to kidnap than full-size goats. That's why they call it kidnapping. But then we can drag them back to the base, stuff them in our barn, raise them for many, many years. I don't know how long it takes a goat to be a fully adult goat. I'm guessing a full year. I don't know how many. There might be like generations of goat breeding that you have to go through before you can actually say your goat can provide milk. Oh, it's cold. It's negative 12.5 degrees Celsius. Pear tree. The fruit trees, like one of the adjustments I made was there was a huge complaint about how hard it is to grow trees. And so I made them grow at half speed, and or grow at twice the speed. They mature faster. But they've quickly become one of our like better food sources. Because you get like 64 fruits and they last for like 2 years. Like the things I have in abundance, it's onions and it's pears. It kind of makes sense they're slower then. Yeah. Like the thing about vintage stories, everybody either complains. Like, whenever somebody complains about it being too hard, like, half the time, they're complaining about it being as hard as it should be. Alright, how much farther until my goats? They're on this mountain, but, like, we can get around to, like, a better spot. We are freezing. I've got a lovely campfire at the goat spawn, where we can heat ourselves up. It's dark. I can't see like the good way up onto the hill. This way looks good. Never mind, I'm bad at this. Ah. Okay, never mind. The elevation goes down to 0 right here. Through the forest. Don't let me freeze to death. Just want goats. We're getting there. Whoop! My legs. Maybe I should hop less. I'm out of food. Having a rough day of it. I might be like blowing through my hunger by hopping constantly. As long as I feed the goats and make it back home, I'll be fine. Stay on the ridge. Actually, offhanding stuff, if you recall, I do recall. But like, I don't want to be caught being attacked by a bear with a lamp in my hands. Like, there's a wolf right here. Can't have them, like, catching me with a lamp in my sword hand, you know? He was a very frosty wolf. He's having a bad time, too. Where am I? I need to head south. Feels like I'm heading in the wrong direction. I'm coming, goats. Might even have food at the base. Stay on the ridge. This is where I got turned around. It's almost like I was attacked by wolves. Walked by like several mushrooms, and I think a few of them were good to eat raw. Like the second before I started starving to death. Oh, wolves. Fun times in the winter. I think I heard some moaning puppies. I am falling in a pit. Where am I? Oh, we're way high up. We're close. I think I know exactly where I am. Goats. Get fed. I'll check on you in a second. We need to try and survive. Help, I'm freezing to death. Come on. There we go. And actual food. Warm up. Please? All right. I was just thinking. Whoop. How you doing, Goat Pit? 1, 2, 3. I was thinking of a brilliant way to kidnap might, like, screw everything up and let a goat into my main house if I do this. Is that goat pit depth? Let's go one more. But I'm guessing a goat can't walk through like a single low tile, right? And so if they have any kids, they can pop out in here. How we doing? Bunch of them are ready to mate. Some of them are pregnant. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go for a little walk. Give them an opportunity to have some privacy. So that they can eat and breed. Maybe we look for some ground snacks. So we don't starve on the way home. Just gonna hide some mushrooms, like over here would be the place. A lovely moist spot. And nothing. Alright. Now we go check on our goats. Nice casual walking speed. You just relax. Take it all in. I got a new game the other day. Star Wars Monopoly came out. I think I'm gonna stream it. You guys did have some food. Good for you. Now you re-up your animal feed. These guys make some terrifying noises. I think it's like the big golden takin noises. Like they kind of sound like monsters. Alright, we'll warm up by the fire for a little bit. Take our firewood home. And now that the goats will survive another day, we're off. And we might be able to survive another wolf attack or two. Parsnips. Nope, only seeds. They were little baby parsnips. There's my staircase. I mean, I don't really care about parsnips that much. Hello, piggies. Don't attack. I mean, pigs are delicious. But, like, we've got plenty of meat, I think. Like, as long as wolves and bears keep attacking me all winter, like, we'll be fine. Gotta be careful. There are some, like, pits around here. And lots of bushes to hide the pits. But yeah, I enjoyed Star Wars Monopoly. I brought it up and then immediately forgot I brought it up. It's nothing like Monopoly. It's more like Quidditch. They're like, you can't play for 4 hours. It's illegal. They're like, you win and when somebody passes go for the 8th time. Like, each game takes like an hour. Which is fair. Part of me would rather play like a full-blown Monopoly, though. Strawberry plants. Like, I like Monopoly. But, like, nobody likes the 4-hour death spiral. Like, a come from behind victory is pretty nice. But, like, they took out a lot of the elements that make it Monopoly. Like, having property doesn't really matter all that much. Like, it matters some. But, like, just pass and go is way better. So that's why I say it's like Quidditch. Like, pass and go is the golden snitch. And you're just like, oh. Have 100 free points. And the game ends. Great fun. Alright. Feed me. Whoa. Thank you for making food, Silver Wolves. We'll survive the winter now. What did you cook? Aged bushmeat stew with boiled onion and stewed pear. Ah, I see, and you hung up some new meats. Well, if you're going to hang up some new meats, I'm also going to hang up some new meats. There's 8 days. Yeah, and you're all frozen. It's fantastic. That's good for another 20 days. That's good. I want to boil this down into lard. That's kind of a goal. Okay, but I am actually freezing. Like, I think we're heating up just very slowly. There we go. So how many hides do I have? I've got 9 medium leathers. You know what? I'll just stack them up. Got 1 million bear pelts. Looking good. So do I know about X for quick offhand swapping? I didn't know about that. That's super handy. So I'm running around a wolf of text. I'm like X1, and then I'm ready for action. That is a good pro tip. What am I doing? I think I'm doing leather things. Put these seeds away, these reeds away, and the bones. I've got to decide what, like, the roof for the food science building is going to be. I'm thinking larch. We could try walnut too. Walnut's like the only wood material we haven't used for a roof yet. Alright, we gotta do our leather things. So you're cooking. You need to be emptied and refilled, retanned. So we need water. To the well. Let me in. Yeah, the leather is coming in very quickly this winter. Like when we first started, the year one, we hadn't got to like the real leather making. Which is a shame, like I could have prioritized it a little bit. Okay, we need oak, so we can make that into tannin. Then maybe I grab some walnut. We experiment with walnut roofing. All right, oak. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then walnut. And with walnut, we need a saw. And we'll get everything working out. Oop, up, up. And we'll like take a look at a walnut roof and see if it clashes with everything else. Because like I like having some consistency between buildings, but yeah, I think it's good to like mix it up a little bit. Because if every building looks exactly the same, then like there's no character to the village. All right. Saw me some oak logs. Or planks. Now, how does this work? Okay. Take a little peek from the bridge. I don't know. I don't think I like it. Like, it's a food science lab. And I feel like the walnut color is not very appetizing. I think we need like a more sterile color. And so I'm thinking, go back to the original idea, larch. Working on limestone and walnut build, it looks pretty decent. Like, I like walnut because it is the closest you can get to black without having to travel a long, long way. Is the only thing darker than walnut is ebony, I think. How's my larch? Have I used all the larch? Board? No, I have larch board in my pocket. And not a lot of it. So we need to do a larch run if we're going to go the larch route. Larch is kind of a rare tree around these parts. Remember, you can cut large planks into boards? You can? I did not know that. Yeah. Like it goes... It's a very slight color change from the oak. Cypress is bright white. Also, if you've got that nearby, I haven't seen any cypress trees. The trees we have are maple, pine, larch, oak. Let's see. Silver Wolves has gone on a huge journey to find some redwood, which is mainly on another continent. And we haven't fully explored this continent. But like, I found 2 places that grow larch. One's by the goat farm. The other is way, way far west. Like the distance we traveled to the spawn point, away from the spawn point. But yeah, what are you telling me? The saw. No, ebony and purple heart. You just happen to find redwood. Yeah. But like purple heart and ebony, those are amazing. But they are so far away. Howdy. Nice shirt. Paintings. I've already got this painting in my room, I think. Oh, a seraph painting. Now the seraph painting might be my favorite painting. I was gonna put this painting somewhere, I think right here. This one will be like right when you walk in. Right there. Lovely. I like that you pick up decorations and bring them home. I like the globe too. I don't know where I want to put that yet. Okay, what was I doing? We were going to saw the larch boards into planks. Yes. Then I can roof. Oh wait, I got more. That is a good pro tip. I always appreciate when you can break something back down. What am I doing? I think I'm making think I'm making a ton of sides. Be careful not to fall to our deaths. Not sure how I want to handle this slope, but we'll just see how it goes naturally. Yeah, hold off on completing that side. I think this is pretty much a given. Okay, now I need some corners. Which way is roof corners? There we go. Give me 2 of these. And now I don't have a great way to attach to the corners here. I don't know if it just works at all by default. And so what I think we need is a support beam. Now walnut actually makes a pretty good support beam, but we did just chop up our walnut. What about pine? Yeah. Hi, kitty. You want to say hi to everybody? Yep, dig your claws into my flesh. Get in position. Will you meow for everybody? Please? I don't think they heard it.
It's all your fault, Granddad.
Meow, kitty. Meow. There you go. I think that one came through. Did everyone hear the meow? It did, yes. He's been very quiet lately. He had one good meow day and then he was like, never again. Alright. We're gonna freeze out here. That's probably about how many we need. Alright, kitty, stop headbutting the mic. You heard the trill meow? That's the only kind he makes. Oh, come on. I mean, I know I was going for a crazy angle there, but... But he is a very trilly kitty. He always makes those, like, just trilly... What I imagine a baby dinosaur sounds like. Okay, do I have enough boards to make a roof corner? I do. Because if I can make a roof corner... I continue along the sides here. Trying to think of how I'm going to do this. I think slope downwards, but then like when we get to the bottom here, what do we do? We'll figure it out. Whoop! I've gotten stuck on the wrong side of the fence. You okay, kitty? Accidentally bumped his snoot. But he keeps like headbutting the mic, so I'm trying to shove him away. Don't think the mic bumping noises are making it through. Give him another meow. You're gonna harass me like this. There we go. I'm petting you backwards. What am I doing? I got firewood. You need to stop with the freezing to death. Honestly, maybe I switch back to bear hide gear. Translate locators increase the surface area of a location by giving you a whole other area that you can travel to, in which the previous location could have also been traveled within. So in a way, for the same distance you can travel to two different spots in the relative area to the translocator, kind of like the floors to a house. Sorry, what? I don't think I understand. You can travel. Don't worry about it. Okay, it's just you rambling. Fine, fine. Okay. I opened up this translocator, which goes a fair distance south. I think it goes to here. And so, like, another middle of the ocean translocator. But there's a decent amount of saltpeter there. Okay. Don't need the saw. Need to go feed the goats. I think we're done with the limestone rock. We need larch. I think I'm done with oak planks. We need a pine tree. It might not be a crazy idea. Alright. I'm gonna take this crock pot to the goat pit. It's like my emergency food source. In the meantime, we eat the stew that's in front of us. And take a bowl for the road. I eat a lot. What's the time? The sun's setting. Beggars. Is there a way I can make you like 16 oil lamps if we have the bowls for it? We do not have the bowls for it. The answer is nah. But that's another thing I want to learn how to make is a beehive kiln. You know what? I don't want to travel to the goat pit in the middle of the day. So maybe today is the day we figure out beehive kilns. Game mechanic, beehive kiln. Beehive kiln allows you to fire large amount of clay items at once. You need a kiln door. The kiln has 3 required types of blocks. Refractory bricks, which are made by crushing bauxite, quartz, fire clay. Do I need a pulverizer? I need a pulverizer, don't I? Yes. Remember to build it in the factory area in the cave. For later tiers. Okay. So wait, is the pulverizer mandatory for the beehive kiln? It sounds like it is. Has 3 required types of blocks. Not inherently? Like I thought. Yeah. Like you can use fire clay bricks, right? But we also need iron. But we need mortar, which we need sandstone stand and quicklime, which is made by smelting lime. Which cooks at a fairly low temperature. Okay, okay. We have some mortar. We have some mortar, you say. We do have some mortar. Okay. What about iron things? Like, there's an iron door. Can I dismantle the iron door? Trying to find the iron door in here. I mean, I'm looking for you. Let's say you're like a solid iron door. Can I? No, you just break into more iron doors. Fire clay brick kiln door. So iron rods is a thing we need. Wait, does it have to be iron? It could be meteoric iron, it could be steel, but at least iron. Alright, how does iron work? Need to make iron ingots. We need to make iron bloom, which is smelted in a bloomery. The Broken! Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. So we need to crush these things. Do I need like a pulverizer to crush these? No, I can just like hit these with a hammer, right? Pulverizes is another thing. Okay. So you prepared some blooms already, given that it's just the same as glass smelting in eventfulness. Yes. So, go to the forge, in the barrel. We're going to learn how iron works. Up, 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 up. In the barrel, there's iron blooms in here. Alright. So iron bloom is an ingredient for this. So we need to smelt that at a temperature of 1482. Charcoal in the basket. There's a basket? Hello, basket. You're charcoal. So you can get kinda hot. Then I need to use the bellows to get it hot enough, right? You don't melt iron. Okay. Slap the bloom onto the forge. Yeah, go grab some food while it heats. Okay. What did I do with the charcoal? There we go. Alright. Let's not drop our iron. Okay. So you don't melt iron. Whoops. You just need to get it hot enough to work with. So like, yeah. And so, I hit it with, say, bronze, I imagine. I'm gonna hang the lamp up here for a second. Do I need to use the bronze one? Do I know the premise of slag? Don't talk about my mother that way. Anvil tier, yes. No, in real life, slag. Not off the top of my head, no. You get hotter? Slag is effectively contaminants in your metal that you have often have removed. Okay. And so I am, what, smacking the slag here? So take that, slag. All right. It's making sense. Ah, I see. It's got kind of some napping characteristics. Like I can remove giant chunks of it. And now I just form it into the ingot. So because of slag processing, they made it convenient. They do 3x3. Okay, so it's not like napping where the pieces just kind of like fly off conveniently when you break the connecting pieces. Okay. Alright. Hammer. 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 Ah, come on. Cook, damn you. We're so close. I trim the excess, and I've got an ingot. Bellows don't make it heat faster. That's not true. So it does make it heat faster, but it also increases the heat. Like they set like a new heat cap and then like boost it up there. They increase the max temperature of the forge. But yeah, it also heats it faster, right? Anyway. What am I doing? I'm making a door. So iron rods were necessary. Yes. So I take you, drop you here. I say, hey, I want you to be a rod. Grab the hammer. Boop. Boop. Boost you up here. We're doing it. But I understand iron now. Or I did. Quickly now. Ah. One more. I'll read what you said in a second. I gotta focus. Okay, and now... Quench? And we have a single iron rod. We've done it. We can work on the next iron bloom. Nice place. I'm glad you like it. I'm a big fan of our forge. Okay, so while that's heating up, the bellows simply increase the max temperature it can reach, and that max temperature slowly goes down between uses of the bellow. Yeah. The rate of change of metal is always the same in heating. Okay, so it is going up in kind of a rapid temperature. But it will slow down when it gets closer to max temperature, right? So what I can do... Well, no. Gonna cap out at 750. Then I bellow a couple of times. Get it up to like the 900s. You know what? A couple more, just for fun. Hope the stream is going well. You played Vintage Story and started working on potions. Started raid and run, but it's 6 a.m. and you got work in 7 hours. That's fair. We got work in like 3 hours. If we can get fast enough, be efficient in our slag removal process, we can make the ingot without needing to reheat. That would be ideal. What server am I playing on? It's in the YouTube description. The public server that I am hosting on a third-party website. So everybody is welcome to join. I've got signs near the spawn point that like point you to where the base is. Feel free to hop on. It's a very small community so far. It's basically just me and Silver Wolves 90% of the time. All right, iron rod. That was too far. Okay. I know where is your place? You know where my place is already. Have you been watching for a while? Yeah. So like spawn points over here. I added a sign to like the large lake, the spawn point, and over here that'll point in this general direction. But we've got this lovely little place in the middle of the river. Just joined the stream? Well, it shouldn't be too hard to find the place. Tried to make it as easy as possible. But like we're in a river, we're on the river to the southeast is the easiest like directions. So the sign points exactly at the base. That's so convenient. We do try over here. Great. We're fast. One hell of a crafting system, right? I love the crafting in Vintage Story. Okay, now how many of these iron rods do I need? Like I'm making a kiln door, I need 4 rods and 4 strips. And like, not only that, I need iron hatches. I think I need 3 of these. So like, I can use 2 iron plates. I need 4 ingots, basically. That is crazy. Okay. So we will definitely run out of iron bloom before we can do all of the things. But at least we can get started on the kiln door. So like we can finish this one in a single stream. Can you show me your base? Yeah, we can do a quick base tour. So we have a tiny windmill here. It's crushing lime, doing its job. This is our forge. You've seen the cool water feature. We've got a built-in waterfall. You fill up the tub in order to quench things. You can shut it down in order to pick things up. Out here, oh, I'm gonna need my lamp. Then, let's see, we've got a pit kiln for making charcoal. We've got a little tanning section over here. We're currently very high up. You can't see all the way to the bottom of the river in the dark. Up here we have our barn, which we are trying to like breed goats in the wild to make them have babies, because babies are easier to kidnap and get up here. Over here we've got like our hanging garden, and under construction here is the food science lab. We need to collect more larch for the roof. Here was like the first kind of building. It's the current kitchen we've got. Lovely, lovely. Got some hanging meats in here. Look, I got sausages. And the only other rooms, we've got secret roof storage through this complicated hallway. We've got my house. This is my room. Mostly just decorated. More than anything, it's about the bed. I've got a lovely little glass view bubble. Whoop. Give me that back. Show them the basement. Yeah. So, we've got a friend, Silver Wolves. She is a delightful little goblin. And she has built like an underground pit down here. And in that pit, well, there's monsters apparently. But here, we've got various pit kilns. We've got this coke oven. Not gonna close. I've broken it. There we go. Eat some delicious stew. And by now our iron should be done cooking. But yeah, that's basically it. But that's the speedy tour. This is a public server, so anybody can join. And they can just like attach their house wherever it makes sense. But yeah. I feel like a lot of people are hesitant to join because it looks like they'd be far behind. I feel like if you don't join in the first few seconds, like most people are kind of hesitant, but like I feel like you can have a pretty primitive experience without too much trouble. All right, we removed the slag. There's some more slag. Get off. Okay, we're cruising now. What was the thing I'm making? Do I have a problem with this? Do I have like some hidden slag in here? Oh no. There was a hole in it. Okay, you can save the ingot? Alright. Stick it in the basket. We'll put it in the basket. Partially worked iron bloom. Okay. We did what we could. We need to get back to, like, goat salvaging. What do I do? I'm gonna put the iron rods back in the iron place. We'll do some maintenance around the house, and then we'll run to the next thing we need to do. It's like I need another stack of lime. The leather is working. You need to collect delicious food. Alright. Lime. We grind the limestone. I think that's like the only housekeeping item we have. One time you say goat salvaging, and previously you said goat kidnapping. Sounds a bit sus. I mean, they are... It is kidnapping at its finest, but like the kids haven't been born yet. And so as much as I'd like to call it kidnapping, so trafficking, kid trafficking, ooh. Actually, maybe I should be careful. I'm pretty sure Twitch listens to the audio discreetly. Alright, so we got sticks, we got fibers. I can feed the goats. I've got a crock pot full of stew. We eat a little bit. I've eaten all of the food in the world with my giant dwarf stomach. Alright. I'm coming, goats. Wait till you hear about the milk theft. It's gonna get weird. There's no doubt about it. I mean, like, it's animal husbandry. Hello, fox. So cute. Alright. I'm coming, goats. Dwarf stomach goes from their mouth to their left ankle. It's impressive. Ruth. That's another good game, if anybody's curious. Dwarf Fortress. Like, if you like this game, Dwarf Fortress kind of has, like, the similar, like, complexity vibe, you know? So, it's very complicated to do anything. I'll give a Dwarf Fortress story. So I built a fort on a haunted volcano, you know, as you do. But it was very difficult to survive in general. Like, it was very difficult to grow food there. There were constantly attacks. And I basically survived mostly by selling the clothes of our dead enemies. Like, they were so frequent, like, I would kill them, steal their clothes, sell the clothes, and buy food with the clothes whenever, like, a trader would arrive. And that was how the fortress got by. And it was barely getting by. So anyway, the dwarves elect this guy. His name was Cog. And I called him King Cog. His job Give me that resin. Give me my lamp. And one of Cog's mandates, after a while, was he decided it would be illegal to sell pants. Now, I couldn't afford not to sell pants, because selling pants was the only way we had enough food. Like, if we didn't sell the pants, somebody would starve. So King Cog bans the sale of pants. And I immediately disobey his orders. I'm like, no, we're selling these pants so we can live. And King Cog didn't like this. King Cog calls his justice dwarf. They're called hammerers. They deal punishment out by hammering. And so I guess they just picked one random dwarf involved in the crime. And the random dwarf they chose to punish was King Cog's wife. And so the hammer just starts wailing on King Cog's wife with a hammer, as you do. Hi, goats. How you doing? Beats her within an inch of her life, and then takes her to prison. Now, prison wasn't very, complicated in the dwarf world. It was basically chains that I set up by the edge of the volcano. Because, if that's where you were going to put a haunted volcano, or if you're going to have a base at a haunted volcano, obviously you gotta have the jail, just chains set at, the top of the volcano, right? Well, here's the thing. King Cog's wife had a baby. They would carry around in, a little baby pouch. But when she's chained up, she can't, hang on to the baby, so the baby starts to crawl away. But babies are very stupid. And so the baby just crawls into the open volcano. So King Cog's baby just bursts into flames and dies, Again, as you do. Are you grunting at me, pig? You talking to me? Alright. We need a pine tree for a support beam. We also need larch for the roof. So King Cog's baby jumps into the volcano. And this drives King Cog insane. I mean, he was never really stable to begin with. He banned the sale of pants. But he went crazy, started smashing up the fort. I believe he killed somebody and then made a toy out of their bones. Anyway, that was really bad for morale. So people stopped working so hard. We slowly starved to death, and then the fortress kind of collapsed very slowly. Eventually the enemies took over. The hordes keep getting bigger, and we were holding our own for a while until this crazy series of events. Anyway, that's the story of King Cog. He was a fine king. He will be missed. Alright. Let's see. Sorry. Nobody asked for that story. I gave it anyway. Citrus said she would be a parasite on the food because it's winter time. I think we have enough food that we could probably feed many people for a while. Hi, kitty. You want to say hi to everybody? But like with the fruit and onion supplies, I think you can just cook fruit and onions together, right? Oh no. I have run out of axe, and I have barely gotten anything. Shoot. Welp, let's go back to the base. I need a new axe. I mean, like, I could dig around for flint, maybe grab a new axe, but I'm also gonna freeze to death out here. Kitty. Cat has very strong opinions on this. Hello, raccoons. But yeah, I'm not really worried about anybody like leeching through the food. Part of me is thinking we need to double our farm size just so that we could have an area of farm that is purely for flax. And when, like, if we had that much flax going around and we've got all the fruit from the trees, I think we would basically be okay forever. Because, like, one stack of pears, one stack of grain. Dang it. My larch log. Well, you're stuck there forever. It'll just be a weird out-of-place log. Confuse passing visitors. Anyone who comes into the forest will be like, larches don't even grow here. Hello, kitty. My cat is very happy. He's taken my favorite pose. Like, he'll curl up under my arm, which is on like WASD, and so I'm kind of involuntarily hugging him. Makes it a bit of a struggle to reach some of the keys to the right of WASD. But he's just a nice, warm, calming presence. Sitting on my knee, telling me what he wants for Christmas. Honestly, he is like the coolest cat I've ever had. And I've had him for a long time now. Like 14 years, give or take. Maybe longer. Almost 15 years. You love the Dwarf Fort story? The Floods claimed your first few colonies. So good. My first Dwarf Fortress colony had like a very complicated defense system. Like what I did was I built a dam with water in it. So like I had two walls, like an outer wall and an inner wall, and in the middle, in between the walls, like I filled it with water. And so I basically had a raised moat around my fort, and like if enemies wanted to get in, I could just like release the water and like drown them. And that was pretty fun. Trying to remember how that fortress collapsed. I imagine it was some tragic flooding accident. It wasn't. It was my first attempt at a base. Oh, but okay, I do remember a story from that base. My dwarves made a legendary artifact. His name was Vostavud, which in dwarf language translates to shoot fish. And it was a legendary turtle bone crossbow. Need more firewood. But anyway, so naturally, like, I'd give a legendary crossbow to the captain of the guard, right? Like, that's his deal. He's to keep us safe. He's the guy who would make the best use of it. And so it had legendary turtle bone bolts associated with it. And after he had fired all the ammo on, like, various invaders, like, it was more damage to pistol whip people with the crossbow than it was to, like, reload it and shoot it again with, like, normal bolts. And so, like, he started using, like, the crossbow as a club. And he would just obliterate anybody who, like, walked in his path. And everything was great until one day we were attacked by a bronze colossus. Now, the thing about bronze colossuses is that they're kind of an enchanted creature. They don't really die. And so what happened was the captain of the guard, you know, went a little crazy, ran outside, pistol whipped the bronze colossus into pieces. He just smashed him into, like, the smallest pieces possible. And so, like, he smashed him into, like, his individual fingers and toes and ankle bits. And he just kept smashing. And it never, ever, ever died. And so, like, what he would do is he'd, like, smash it until he became exhausted, pass out from exhaustion, wake up, and then go back to, like, pistol whipping it. Like, dwarves would carry him to the hospital after he was done. They'd give him, like, some food and water. And, like, once he regained consciousness, he just went back to smashing. And you could never stop him. And since he was basically my entire defense force, like, the Bronze Colossus killed the entire army, except for the captain of the guard. And since he was constantly, like, preoccupied with smashing the Bronze Colossus, he couldn't really defend the fort well, aside from that. And so that's how that that fortress ended. Like, eventually, like, I think a unicorn invaded and killed everyone while the captain of the guard was unconscious. Great times. What am I doing? I have an axe. I need to collect larches. Alright, larch run. Oh, I leveled up my cooking ability. That was the thing that happened. Alright. I can cook more servings at once. What's my cooking level? 3. I have a quality with a base value of 1. Eating food with quality gives the eating player a positive effect for 10 minutes. Cooking ingredients in your backpack perish only 75%. Allows you to evaporate salt water in a cauldron to extract minerals. When all 4 cooking slots are completely filled with salt water, the evaporation produces 1 unit of salt, as well as 1 unit of lime. I mean, we have a salt pit and we have a lime mine. This sounds cool if I couldn't have those things. Increase the number of servings you gain when cooking by 10%. 1% for each cooking skill level. Okay. The alarm telling me to get the kids to school, but I want that larch. Increase the number of servings. I think canteen cook is just the way to go. All right. Quick larch run. Midnight larch run. Here we go. And maybe we feed the goats on the way back. But yeah, Dwarf Fortress, fun time. Those are like my 2 best stories. But like some games are just like that. They're story generating games. Like Vintage Story is kind of like one of those. Like it's so complex, like you just live like a full experience, like something that you happily tell a story about. Another game like that was like Space Station 13, where you would, like Vintage Story, you would basically do a job, and the job was incredibly complex. And so like once you figured out how to do it, like it was super gratifying. Like the only job I really figured out how to do well was like scientist, where my job was to make bombs. You would take like some parts oxygen, some parts plasma. You would superheat the plasma. You would contain it in like a gas mixing chamber and then like put it in a container, attach a valve and some kind of like triggering device. And so like you could make, I would make bombs. That was my job. And like one of the devices you had in like the default space station base was like a detonation chamber. You'd fire off your bomb in there and explode it in like a controlled, safe environment. And so one time, I'm making my bombs, and like, you know, half the fun of bombs is watching them explode. So I went to like load it into the cannon that fires it into like the test exploding chamber. And so I put the bomb in the cannon. I aim the cannon. I fire the cannon, and the cannon hits somebody who was going for like a spacewalk. Like, just happy coincidence at that time, somebody was like floating around the space station. Like, I don't know what they were trying to do, but they crossed over at the wrong time. And so the bomb hits them in the stomach, launches them out into space. The bomb has transferred all its momentum, so it's sitting there like an inch away from the space station. And it was a time-based detonation with a very short timer. And so I have like 5 seconds to get out of the science lab. I just blow up that entire section of the space station. And yeah, I just blow up the entire science lab, spend the rest of the time in the bar getting drunk. It was just good times. Now everyone's like, there have been several attempts to recreate Space Station 13. And I think there's one coming to Steam fairly soon. Hang on. Space Station 14. It just says coming soon, but like they're trying to transfer it onto Steam. The trouble is, like, it's kind of a community project. It was made a long time ago. And it's, you know, been maintained, added to, modded, all heck. The code is horrific. And so, like, nobody's successfully remade the game. I want to say, like, Astroneers was, like, a weird attempt to, like, make it from scratch that didn't quite work out. Or maybe it was, like, Stationeers? Something like that. People have, like, tried to remake it. And it takes so much effort that, like, they've never really succeeded. You need someone to put, like, a vintage story level of effort into it. And so, like, nobody's succeeded at the port. And I've got high hopes for Space Station 14. Because it looks like they're not trying to, like, rebuild it from scratch, which is impossible. It looks like they're basically trying to port it. And that could be fun. Now, it's, like, super rude and childish fun. Like, it's kind of like 4chan humor where it's all farts and poops. But, you know, I like a good immature sense of humor. Like, I'm a big fan of it. Like, when I watch a streamer, it's gonna be something like Game Grumps, probably, where they're just talking about farts and poops. I'm ashamed to say that's where my sense of humor is, but, you know, I gotta own it. It's part of who I am. I am a cozy, wholesome guy, but I do appreciate, like, really, really stupid humor. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't. Alright. We've cut down enough larches, I think. We can feed the goats one last time. That's an ocean. Did I dip my toes in there? I think I did. I might freeze to death. It's only negative 13 degrees. Like, I keep deciding not to put on bear armor. Because I'm like, winter will be over soon. I don't need to be heated for much longer. So I keep wearing my leathers. My leather jerkins and stuff, which don't really protect in the winter. Hello, goat. But it does keep me somewhat alive. Hello, goat. You look ready to mate. It's not something I should say to a goat publicly on the internet. Hello, goats. Have you made any babies recently? I don't see any kids. Guys are doing okay. Several of you are pregnant. Most of you are just wasting my food. That's fine, that's fine. No goats have popped through the goat hole. Alright. I'm trying to remember, like, when we first did that. So, I think they stay pregnant for, like, 20 days. And so, if we did this on, like, January 1st, and each month is 9 days, so, like, they should be giving birth in March. We'll have some March baby goats. Then we will raise them as if they were our own goats. You know, after a nice, peaceful kidnapping. Wish the goat hole was closer to home, though. It's the hardest part about all of this. Is that I have to walk out here every day or every other day to make sure the goats in the pit are fed. What I do need to know is, will I be able to tell the difference between male baby goats and female baby goats? Because I need to figure out, like, if I've got a breeding pair of goats. I hope they don't care about incest in this game. Like, we'll have, like, a non-genetic drifting batch of milk. You can automate feeding, boss. Shoot from a chest into the feeder. Oh. That is a concept. We make a chest, we attach a chute to it, directly into the feeder. Alright, I'll look into that a little bit on my own, because I need to understand the mechanics of that a little bit. Like, I need to make sure, like, the goats won't crawl out of it. Do I need, like, a hopper? Might save a few trips, and you'll have to top off. I mean, like, the good news is, if we make, like, a hopper and chute contraption, like, I will reuse that at some point in the base. And so it does seem like it's worth the time. So I'm trying to think of our goals. So we've got build the food science lab, learn how to pickle, build a beehive kiln, which is going to require a decent amount of iron, which we have. That'll make clay firing a bunch of things real easy. And then we can speed run making, like, bricks and stuff. So, like, things can stop being cobblestone. Chutes take out of hoppers put it into things. So, like, my question is, I attach a chute to the bottom of a chest, fill the chest with dry grass, and then attach the chute to the trough. And that, yeah, okay. But if I wanted, like, something to, like, land in the chest, I'd attach a chute or a hopper to the chest, put that next to something, like a quern. And the quern would spit things into the hopper, and that would go into the chest. Yes. I think I fully understand. All right. Shoot, I was supposed to leave a while ago. I gotta take the kids to summer school. Have a great day, everybody. Tomorrow we've just got plenty to do. We should be able to finish up the food science lab. What else will be accomplished? Then I think it's just working on iron, and maybe we can automate the goat feeding. And that would make life so much easier. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much for the raid. Everybody who raided. We got a few raids. I want to do a special shout out to Pascal Calm Down and The Broken. There was another raid in there. Kitsune Wolf. Thank you so much for the raid. This was a wonderful crowd of people, and I really appreciate it. Let's find somebody else to raid. Since people were playing Vintage Story and they were raiding us, we will raid people playing Vintage Story. So we can just keep the love flowing in a singular direction. I'm going to raid Diana Tempest, because it looks like she may be working in a kitchen, and I love kitchens. All right, have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.